I honestly thought I wasn't gonna cry during this movie because I read the book, so I know what happens, and usually if I know what happens, it doesn't really affect me. I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. So, The Fault in Our Stars, directed by Josh Boone and starring Shailene Woodley and Ansel Elgort, based on the young adult novel by John Green. This movie has been anticipated by fans everywhere of John Green's, and it's alright. If you don't know much about the book itself, it's written by John Green, who runs the channel The Vlog Brothers with his brother Hank Green, and they are kind of the lords of YouTube and some of the internet world, and they're just very cool people. If you're not familiar with the story of The Fault in Our Stars, it's about a love story between two teenagers who are dying of cancer. It is a great story, and it treats teenagers with respect and doesn't throw them into too many cliches. I say too many cliches because there's always going to be cliches when it comes to telling love stories about teenagers. But in terms of popular movies that come out today about teenage love, this movie is pretty good and accurate, even though it's about something very specific. I do really like the book, The Fault in Our Stars, and I was really nervous about the movie. I wasn't sure if, it was going to be a true, accurate, or, even worthy effort. And it did surprise me, and I was happily surprised. It was a good adaptation. The acting was amazing. Obviously, when you've read the book, you have your own ideas of what characters are going to look like, how they're going to behave if they're put into a movie. Your expectations and thoughts of what's going to visually happen doesn't always happen, but for what they did, it was pretty accurate to the book. They cut out stuff that was, okay to cut out. But again, it treats teens with respect. At least the book really does, and the movie does as well. But there's always that kind of coat of polish that makes the movie all neat. It feels like a movie, and that's okay. But I'm someone who likes more realistic movies, so I feel like if they kind of went more with that would have been more interesting. But for what the movie did, it was fine. But again, the movie did pleasantly surprise me in terms of being a good movie adaptation of the book. And yes, most likely you will cry a lot during this movie. Just bring tissues. It's a good idea. And while I think this movie doesn't portray teenagers exactly as they are, I give it credit for portraying them in a better light than we're used to seeing in movies, or just in a way that's not so cliched and stupid and not relatable at all. And that is due to the writing of the book as well. So, thank you, John Green. So, all in all, I'm going to give The Fault in Our Stars a nice, which is 4 out of 5 stars. Well done movie, it's a well-made movie. It hits you right here, and it's worth seeing, I will say. And it's also worth reading the book if you haven't yet. Alright guys, that's it for me. Hope you're having a lovely day, and I will see you soon. Toodles!